Howdy folks, it's me again, your Chief Edu. This is the part 2 of my seafaring journey. First port of call, first channeling, first pilotage, first time to go ashore in a new foreign land. So join me. First ever port of call is a place christened to her. I said first port of call since I boarded the vessel in Aruba and officially sailing with her that day. And so sailing from Aruba to New Jersey would take 5 days depending on speed and weather condition. And after 5 days of steaming or sailing, we are approaching the ports of New Jersey and New York. And we are actually on the Pilotage station and going through the Narrows, as they call it. We will be passing under the bridge of Verrazano Narrow Bridge. Underneath, of course, is also a tunnel that connects the Staten Island, which you can see it on my right, on the right the viewer, and of course on the left is Brooklyn. And in most cases, the vessel has to stop at Stapleton or Stapleton anchorage. There are many reasons. One is that there could be a crew change and they do not allow it while the vessel is alongside the terminal or berth, as we call it. Or they do not allow provisioning and stores, including bunker. So in this area, it's called Stapleton anchorage, and it's just by the left side or on her port side is this Staten Island. So there you go, we are anchoring and taking in provisions and store, including bunker. After that, the vessel will heave up anchors, and as soon as the berth is clear and we have a go signal from the port control and terminals, then the pilot will come on board again to take us in and go to the Bayonne or Bayonne, New Jersey area where the Shell terminal is located. And as you can see here, we are going through the bay of the Narrows, and this is the upper bay, and the vessel is turning on her port side or left side of layman's term, and it will go through the narrow channels. As you can see here, it's turning now to the left, channeling through the Constable Hook Bridge. And if you'll notice that it's quite tight and only a one-way or two-way traffic, if I'm not mistaken, is only allowed. So, and also at the same time, the draft or the depth of the water or chart bottom is also limited. That's why the vessel has to wait for high water, and this is also to give clearance to go through under the bridge of Bayonne. And as you can see, also in the channel, in the middle of the channel, actually on the right of the viewer, basically is part of New York, while the left side is actually part of New Jersey. So it's the boundary of two states. So as we continue, we are approaching now to the bridge of Bayonne and passing on Bergen Point West Bridge. After passing the bridge of Bayonne, we are turning right on Kill Van Kull towards Newark Bay, and all throughout proceeding to the harbor estuary. On the left, you'll find the vessel here passing through a lot of container ships or container terminals and car carriers. On the left of the vessel, I should say, or to the right of the viewers, this terminal or pier is what we call the harbor estuary. That is basically on the port side of the vessel or on the right of the viewer. Continuing on, the vessel is passing through the middle Newark Bridge. At this point, the docking pilot comes on board, and at the same time, tugboats are actually approaching. At this point, the vessel shall pass underneath the bridge of BCM or Vincent R. Casciano Memorial Bridge. Also, at the same time, the lift bridge, which is called Arthur Kiel vertical lift bridge, has to be opened or cleared already. So traffic has to stop. I mean, vehicle from both sides, from the Bayonne side and at the other side of New Jersey, traffic will stop, and so that the lift bridge can open. Now there are of course different bridges. There are swing bridge, fixed bridge, lift bridge, suspension bridge, and so many other things. I do not need to mention all these things. But anyway, as soon as the vessel is cleared from both bridges, then it will be slowly approaching to the berth of Shell terminal. So the tags should be already connected also at the same time. Now, maneuvering the vessel alongside takes time, and also mooring operation would take some time. There is no standard time for it, depending on the vessel size, the terminal configuration or berth configuration. They require the mooring ropes or mooring wires, and of course the number of stevedores, and at the same time the crew who are actually assisting in the mooring operation. In most cases, most of the crew will be attending the forward and the aft part and middle part of the vessel doing the mooring operation until the vessel is strongly secured. At this point, the tags may be dismissed, and eventually the vessel is already safely berthed, as we call it. And so this was my first port of call, being on board this vessel, and with sheer chance I managed to go ashore and visit the Empire State Building, and basking under the sun, under the shadows of that tall rising buildings, and somehow saw a lot of enticing places. So it's a privilege of seafarers in most cases, so that's why probably I wanted to have this kind of profession. So keep posted on next discussions. We will be talking about oil operation, oil tanker management, and mooring operations, and other ships related operations for crude oil tankers and product carriers. Cheerio.